right now I can't predict when. But if the
Yeah.
opportunity comes, I would love to have some more presence in Indonesia. Maybe we can start with a Legends team against a Team Nas Legends team.
Great idea.
And that
Yeah.
would be a great idea with Bang Bang and with Kurniawan and all these players against our players. That will be really, really nice.
In the midst of this very difficult situation, Europe with its football seems to have returned to normal. Euro 2020 is over and the Bundesliga is back in preparation for a new season. I would like to introduce my good friend, Mr. Suresh Letchmanan, Managing Director Asia Pacific from Borussia Dortmund. Thank you for accepting my invitation to be in here on Akurasi TV, bro. How are you, brother?
Thank you, Andika. Selamat siang, everybody. Andika, apa kabar?
Baik. It's a very good bahasa, ya.
I try.
So, how's everything? How's your life?
Life is good. I cannot complain, but the situation in where I am is not very good. As you know, the pandemic has taken quite a bit of taken a bit of a toll for all of us here in Singapore.
Yeah.
But I think we are looking forward to a better time for us here in Singapore, especially when the Asia Pacific office is here. Mm-hmm. But we are happy that at least we are looking forward to the start of the Bundesliga in the next couple of weeks. So let's see if we can kickstart in our football again.
All right. Suresh, can you tell us about your role for Borussia Dortmund in Asia?
Sure. So I've been with Borussia Dortmund for now 7 years. It's been quite a nice time. I love the club. I've just been with them since 2014. We set up the office, Asia Pacific office here in Singapore, purely because we wanted to grow the BVB brand into the Asia market. Mm-hmm. For me, the focus was very much to promote the club. We were very fortunate enough to have our stakeholders like Puma. We have the brand Evonik. We have the Bundesliga here. We have our commercial partner Sport5 or Lagardère. They were once known before. Okay. Opel, our car brand, automobile company. So they were all based in Singapore, and that was the reason why we were based out of this country. But it's also a gateway to the other markets, right? We have such a huge presence for the black and yellows in and around Asia. We strive to grow our fan base, which is so important for us. And of course, if you were talking about Borussia Dortmund 6-7 years ago, or even that time when I joined, everyone will remember the likes of Jurgen Klopp, of course. So that was the main reason why Dortmund became so successful then. Yes. And also when they made it to the Champions League final against Bayern Munich during that period of time. So the main focus was obviously to promote the club, we were lucky to bring the team in 2015 to Singapore. Mm-hmm. We had a game in Johor in Malaysia. We had we spent 3 years in Asia. We played 2 games in China, 2 games in Japan as well from 2015 to 2017. So I miss those days, and I'm looking forward to have the team back here in Asia again.
Yeah, sure. So how is this pandemic affecting your work? Because you are based in Southeast Asia, particularly in Singapore, and because of the location, time difference, and also its country currently has different health protocols. You cannot fly now. How do you see this, bro?
To be honest, that's why we look into technology, right? Right now, you and me, we are sitting, different countries, and we are speaking in Zoom. Yeah. We embrace technology, so we are quite lucky that we have such a wonderful digital infrastructure. And for us in Dortmund, the last 2 years, I would say since 2020 and 2021 right now, we have been very much looking towards focusing a lot on digital assets and creating digital content. Last year, we did the first ever Asia virtual tour. I don't know if you have been following it. And this year we did also another virtual tour, 9 days, 9 cities. And it was such a brilliant experience. We involved the players. It's nice to substitute temporarily what we cannot do on ground.
All right.
But it's not the same. You need that face-to-face. You need to have the touch points. You need to go on ground to play football. That's the real thing, right? But we cannot sit back and wait for something to happen. So we have to be creative, innovative. And that's why we are embarking a lot on digital content and digital assets these days.
All right. So now I think it's like we will discuss about Bundesliga. How do you give a prediction for the new Bundesliga season?
It's probably going to be an interesting season. I always try to keep myself calm because I always want the club to do well, and you have the ambition to want to see the club win titles and win trophies, and the ambition never change. I still hope that we can continue to be the best in the Bundesliga. It was a difficult, challenging season last season because we were doing quite well, and then we went through a bit of a change also with our coaches as well, with our coach. But we won the German Cup last year. We managed to get to the Champions League. So I think the momentum is good. We still have a bulk of the players in the team, apart from Jadon Sancho, who has moved to Manchester United. And we've just gotten Daniel Malen from PSV Eindhoven.
He's a good
he's
player.
Just joined. Oh, he's a very, I've seen his play in Euros 2020. I saw the way he played also in PSV Eindhoven. I think we've got a decent player. I'm optimistic that we can challenge Bayern Munich for the cup. But let's see. We need a good preseason, and hopefully we can continue with our progress in the Bundesliga.
Okay, now I think it's like, what is Borussia Dortmund currently doing to prepare for the new Bundesliga season?
So the team is on preseason right now. We are in Switzerland, in a place called Bad Ragaz. We are on a training camp. So the team is now getting together. I think some of the players from the Euro 2020 tournament are returning back to training. So do follow us. We always have every day a live feed through our BBB channels. Show to inform the audience, to follow us for our fans, sharing and letting them know exactly what's happening during our training camp. So we are preparing for our cup game next week when we defend our German Cup. So that will be the first game next week, and then followed by we have a Super Cup where we will be the curtain raiser against Bayern Munich. And that's a big game that we would like to win our first silverware against Bayern Munich, and then the season starts. So I think the preparation is going well. Of course, we've got a new coach with Marco Rose, who came from Borussia Mönchengladbach. It's a very young and team. As you can see, we have kept most of the players, and most of the players are also relatively young, in their 20s as well. So I look forward to a good season, and with the preparation right now, I hope that everyone stays injury free, and we can kickstart the new season.
Suresh, usually every preseason, European teams, including Borussia Dortmund, visit countries in Asia. Like you mentioned, you did like a virtual tour right now. But it's like another strategy to stay connected with the loyal supporters.
Of course. I mean, to be honest, we have always, even without to be physically present on the ground, we have a lot of touch points with our fans. We do a lot of things these days, obviously online. We connect. We have a very, very active international fan department that looks a lot of activities with our fans in and around the world. Especially in Indonesia, for example, we have close to 600 over 1,000 followers.
Wow!
And they have the motto called Cinta Sejati, and this is something which please look out for them. They have a very, very strong presence in Indonesia. They are very active on social media. They were also attended to some of our games in Asia, and I think there's one representative. His name is Eddie. He was, if I'm not, the founding president of the fan club, and he goes quite regularly to Dortmund and to watch games, and he brings some of the Dortmund merchandise back for the fans. So this is something, if we could do a lot more without the pandemic, it's great. But of course, now we can't do it because when there's no travel. But typically, when we have the team on ground, we try our best to connect with our fans. We were actually supposed to be in Southeast Asia last year and this year.
All right.
But it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping my fingers crossed if I could take the team back to Southeast Asia again in 2022.
Back in the days, if I'm not wrong, in 2007, Dortmund had time to go to Indonesia. Will there be a repeat visit to Indonesia soon? After the situation back to normal, for sure.
Sure. I think we spoke, Andika. If we can be invited to play in the new stadium, will be nice as well.
It would be great.
That would be quite cool, actually.
Sure.
The new stadium, which I think you are looking to launch as well. So again, Indonesia has been a special place for us as well. I mean, we've been to Indonesia quite a few times. I brought players like Karl-Heinz Riedler over to Jakarta. We did some activities with, we have a partnership with Mola TV, and we've done quite a bit of work with them on the media as well. So that's been quite successful. And we would obviously want to bring the team down in the future. But right now, I can't predict when. But if the opportunity comes, I would love to have some more presence in Indonesia. Maybe we can start with a Legends team against a Team Nas Legends team.
Great idea.
And that would be a great idea with Bang Bang and with Kurniawan and all these players against our players. That will be really, really nice.
Yeah, sure. Almost every season, Dortmund release its star players, but even so, it's like Dortmund always managed to find a new young players to be put into a star. Let's go now. It's one of the it's mega star. We call it Erling Haaland. How close are the coach, scouts, and Dortmund management in carrying out this strategy?
Andika, that Dortmund, it's not a club that goes out to buy players. I said we don't buy the Ronaldos or the Messis or the Mbappes of this world, but we create the next Mbappes and the Messis of this world. Right? That's Dortmund's philosophy. You can see from the many years that we have developed young players. Mario Götze, he was from the youth team for Borussia Dortmund, and he's progressed to be such an international superstar. Marco Reus, he was also part of the academy. Mats Hummels, Nuri Sahin, Christian Pulisic, they were all part of the academy. And even if we were to go in to get young players, we identify them at a very young age. Look at Jadon Sancho, Erling Haaland. We went in at a very young age, come in, giving them an opportunity to play at the highest level. We as a club, we feel the platform is there for them to perform at the highest level. So we are not scared to fill in a 17-year-old player. Look at Jude Bellingham coming into, commanding the midfield at the age of 17. We got a young football striker up front, forward, called Yusufa Mukoko. Watch for this boy. He's 16 years old. He was the youngest goal scorer in the Champions League and the youngest goal scorer in the Bundesliga. So he's a phenomenal player. So this is something that is part of our ecosystem, our DNA. Dortmund has always been very, very prudent, very, very careful in enriching young players. We have a good model for youth development. That's why we try to expand our youth models into the different countries around the world, because this philosophy is important. They start at a very young age, at 5-6 years old, and they play consistently. They have good guidance. They have got good development in the club to become a very strong and successful player for the club. That's why you see right now we have a very young team. Gio Reyna, who's all 19 years old, of course, now with Haaland, who's only 20, 21. So the team is very young, but that's the DNA of the club. We believe in the youth system. When you put young players out there, the thing is, they are not afraid. They go there without any expectations and they play for the club. And this is something that it's a strategy of the club. It's something that we feel is different from all the other clubs, and we will never change this philosophy of Borussia Dortmund.
Okay, I want to discuss more specific right now. I think it's about Erling Haaland. He is now one of the best players in the world. How does Dortmund see Haaland as a person, both on and off the pitch? Because it looks like, it's like during interview, he's also, it's like a very good guy. It's like a bit unique also.
Yeah, look, Erling Haaland is, everyone talks about Erling Haaland, right? So I think the media finds him interesting, especially with the way he gives his interviews. But look, he's a young boy. He's very, very confident. At the same time, he's also committed to wanting to perform at the very best. Mm-hmm. He's got a very good relationship with everyone from the coaching team, even with us that's outside of the pitch. When we ask him to do some activities for us with the media, and like recently we did the virtual tour, you can see that he was really excited to be part of our campaign. So I think we are blessed and fortunate to have him in a club. He's proven to be a very, very strong striker. You can see the way he plays and the goals that he scores. It will be an exciting season for him to obviously be fit and to continue the success on the pitch. So now with him and Daniel Malen, the team, I think there's some really, really good partnerships that we can expect from BVB.
Interesting. So Dortmund is consistent in terms of achievement. Last season, Dortmund won the German Cup. And what is the biggest factor that has made Dortmund so consistent in Bundesliga? What do you think, Suresh?
I think, to be honest, it's the mentality. I think the mental strength is important. I think the second half of the season, we have to always also give a good comment and a good appreciation to our former our coach, who was a temporary coach, Edin Terzic, who did a very good job in putting the team together and giving them hope and confidence. So that was so important for us. And the big players stepped up. Marco Reus, Mats Hummels, the senior players, even Jadon Sancho, Eden Hazard. Torgan Hazard. These guys, stepped up and they decided to be accounted for their performance on the pitch, because at the end of the day, it's easy to put the blame on the coach, right, if the team doesn't perform. But I think they really wanted to play for the fans. It's if you go to Dortmund, it's 80,000 capacity every match day, every Bundesliga. 25,000 on one, is to call it the yellow wall, standing there on the terrace singing every match day, and this is missing. So of course they want to send a big message to our fans to say that we want to continue to be, to do well. We want to win something for you. We want to win something for our fans that cannot be present in the stadium. So this is something that we saw that the players obviously rallied behind the coach and performed very, very well, and they did a good show. And now that we became German Cup champions, we have to find ways to continue to retain the cup. But I think our main objective is obviously trying to win the German league and to get as far as we can in the Champions League. Okay.
Let's talk about supporters. And we know that especially last year, I think football without supporters, nothing, and now I think it's like, as you mentioned, Dortmund supporters is known to be very passionate. And how close is Dortmund to the fans? And are there any specific collaboration within this, the club and also the supporters?
Fans and fans makes part of the football team. You go to the stadium. Without the fans, there's no football, right? So
sure,
having 22 players running in the pitch with an empty stadium. If you shout, you could hear an echo. So it's different when you have 80,000 people screaming, shouting, singing, cheering for you. It's goosebumps sometimes when you feel when you're playing singing the song. And I remember when I first joined the club, and And we were sitting down, and I'm watching my first Borussia Dortmund game, and everyone was singing "You Never Walk Alone." It was a goosebump experience for me, because this is something that it's for you to stand and believe and see how this atmosphere is with the fans. And right now, without the fans, it's different, right? You can record and put it on the speaker, but it's not the same.
No.
So we have a very special relationship with the fans. And this is something that makes us unique in the way. If you talk about fan engagement with anyone outside, and especially with football clubs, they will say Borussia Dortmund, because they have a very unique fan experience. That's something which not just happen in Germany, but also happens around the world, especially for me in Asia. As I mentioned, there's very close relationship with the fans in Indonesia, for example. There's a very close relationship with the fans in Vietnam, in Thailand, in Korea, in Japan. So when we bring everyone together, they sing the same songs, and that's something, and they were black and yellow, regardless of your nationality. When Dortmund plays, they are all in one spirit and in one identity. So this is something, sometimes I scratch my head and say, wow, this is unbelievable. It's unreal. But that's why we have to find in every way and any way to get close to the fans. And I hope we can get as many spectators back to the stadium as soon as we are able to, because to see football on TV and see fans in the stadium, it's a nice spectacle. But right now it's difficult, but I see there is some progression with fans returning to the stadium soon.
Suresh, can you share, it's like a little bit the big plans for Dortmund for us?
For us, I mean, you mean in with regards to Asia or just general?
In Asia.
Yeah, to be honest, I have so many plans that I want to do. I have so many things I wanted to do. I remember when I met you as well in Indonesia and in Jakarta, and we talked. Yeah, we want to do so many things, but I think at the moment, I think everyone is hungry for football. So to have a team to travel, so we have to do this step by step, because right now we can't just quickly jump on a plane if the borders are open, or the where we could travel. Then everyone is going to jump, and then it gets a little complicating. I think we have to come up with a plan to know which markets to go to first. That's why we still continue to grow with any digital and virtual activity. There are some plans. I'm trying to bring the German Cup to do a trophy tour. So that's one of the plans that I'm looking to do. I think we did that the last time in 2017 when we won. But I'm planning to do that as well. So that's the first opportunity for me, is to bring the cup to Southeast Asia, bring a legend down, do some media activities, play some 5-on-5, work with some of like yourself, the media, maybe a football club. Yeah, there's so many things and plans that we would like to do, but it's all kept in a plan or in a book. But we cannot do it right now until we are able to travel.
All right. So I think it's like the last question right now. I think it's like, do you have any special message for Borussia Dortmund's fans in Indonesia?
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to wish our fans in Indonesia all the very best. We miss you. We miss you very, very much. Especially as they say, you have your fan gatherings and your watch parties. And these are things that we would like to come to Indonesia as soon as possible, to bring legends down, to have a football session with the fan club, which we did that before, to bring our mascots down, to have a nice gathering, to have some makan together, and to watch football and watch Dortmund together. And I really want to wish, especially two very special people from the fan club, which is Pak Edi and Pak Winardi, both of them who are very special people who have lifted the fan clubs a lot in Indonesia. And always cinta sejati.
Very nice message. I think it's like Suresh, I think it's like it was a very, very, it's just like, it's like always nice to talk with you. And we've been, it's like discuss many things related with Borussia Dortmund. And hopefully, it's like we have, sometimes to sit down together, have a coffee together, maybe in Indonesia, in Jakarta, or in Singapore.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wish you the best luck. It's like for yourself and also Borussia Dortmund for the upcoming season, for this season. So hopefully, it's like we can celebrate more, the goals, and not only on the front of the TV for sure.
Sure. Thank you, Andika. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to present Dortmund on your show. Let us know how we can support. We are happy to come down. Let me know if there's anything that we can do as well with the football industry in Indonesia. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Stay safe. Yeah. Okay, bro. Bye-bye.
Take care. Ciao. Bye.
Ciao.